Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, my money should be doing more? Well, if you've been thinking about investing but have absolutely no idea where to start, you've come to the right place. We're going to break it all down and give you a super clear roadmap to get started. Let's be real for a second. The whole world of investing can feel complicated, right? Kind of like a secret club with its own language. But here's the thing. You don't need a fancy finance degree to join. Think of this explainer as your personal guide. We're going to cut through the noise and give you simple, clear steps you can actually use. If you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are not alone. This is the biggest hurdle for pretty much everyone. But the good news? The path to making your money grow is way more straightforward than you think. So let's walk it together, one step at a time. Okay, let's dive in. Before you put a single peso anywhere, you need to ask yourself the most important question. Why am I even doing this? What's the goal? Answering that question is, without a doubt, the most crucial first step you can take. Think of it like this. Your money is a ship. If you don't have a destination, it's just going to drift around. But when you have a clear goal, a destination on the map, you can set a course and sail with confidence. Knowing your why is what's going to keep you going, even when things get a little bumpy. So what do these goals look like? Well, we can break them down into 3 buckets. You've got your short-term goals, stuff you want in the next year or two, like a new phone or that beach trip you've been dreaming of. Then there's medium-term, a bit further out, like saving for a down payment on a car. And, of course, the big one, long-term goals, like making sure you have a comfortable retirement. The clearer you are about these, the easier it is to stay motivated. All right, so you've got your destination plugged into the GPS. Now it's time to make sure your ship is seaworthy. I mean, you wouldn't build a skyscraper on a shaky foundation, right? The same thing goes for investing. We've got to get your financial house in order first. Now, I know these 2 steps don't sound like the most thrilling part of investing, but I promise you they are the absolute bedrock of your financial future. If you get these 2 things right, you're setting yourself up for success for years to come. And this is basically what it looks like. On one hand, you're getting your current situation sorted out, tackling any high-interest debt, and building up an emergency fund. That's your safety net. On the other hand, you're planning for the future by setting up a budget that tells you exactly how much you can set aside for investing. It's really a powerful 1-2 punch. Okay, goals are set, foundation is solid, now it's time to pack your toolkit. And when it comes to investing, your absolute best tool is knowledge. Now, don't panic. You don't need to become a Wall Street genius overnight. Just getting a handle on a few basic ideas will make a huge difference. And probably the most important one to figure out is your own personal relationship with risk. So what is risk tolerance? In a nutshell, it's your gut check. How would you feel if your investments went down? Are you someone who's okay with a bit of a roller coaster for a potentially bigger payoff, or do you prefer a slow and steady ride? Being really honest with yourself about this is the key to picking investments that won't keep you up at night. Okay, you've done all the prep work, and now we get to the really exciting part. You've got your goals, you've got your foundation, you've got your knowledge. You are officially ready to choose your path and take that very first step. This right here is where it all comes together. All these different options you see are like tools in a toolbox. Each one is designed for a different job. If you're saving for retirement, that's a long-term goal, and you're comfortable with more risk, you'd pick a totally different tool than if you were saving for a car down payment next year, where you need something much, much safer. Feeling a little overwhelmed by this alphabet soup of investing terms? Don't worry, let's clear it up. The PSC, that's the Philippine Stock Exchange, your way into the stock market. Think higher risk, but potentially higher reward, and definitely for long-term goals. MP2 is kind of like a superpowered savings account from the government. It's low risk, perfect for those medium-term goals. UITFs are like baskets of different investments managed by banks, which is a great way to diversify. And PARA, that's your personal retirement account, built with tax benefits specifically for that huge long-term goal. Each one has a different flavor. You just have to figure out which ones are right for you. Now, it's so easy to get stuck in what they call analysis paralysis, where you spend so much time researching that you never actually do anything. And that's why this quote is so important. After all the planning, the single most powerful thing you can do is just begin. And this is where we need to bust the biggest myth in all of investing. You do not need a ton of cash to get started. Seriously. In fact, you can start building your future with less money than you'd spend on a couple of fancy coffees. See this coin? Let this be a reminder that every massive success story starts small. It is not about the amount you start with. It's about the simple, powerful act of just getting started. Even a tiny, consistent investment has the power to grow into something incredible over time. Because here's the real secret. Building wealth isn't about some get-rich-quick scheme. It's about the slow, steady, and amazing power of consistency. Think about it like watering a plant. You give it a little water every day, and eventually it can grow into a huge tree. It is exactly the same with your money. Small, regular contributions will blossom into a fantastic financial future.
So there you have it. You have everything you need to get going. You have a destination, a solid foundation, the right tools, and a path forward. The map is officially in your hands. The only question left is, what's your first step going to be?